Hello students, welcome back. I hope you must be enjoying my lectures. Now in this section our focus would be on iso-profit iso-cost method, in which first of all we will discuss the algorithm, that is the standard way of solving a question by iso-profit iso-cost method. We shall also discuss various examples based on its application. So let's begin. Okay, so now that we were discussing the graphical methods of solving a linear programming problem, and we have already discussed the corner method, now corner point method. Now we will be discussing the second method, that is iso-profit or iso-cost method. This method is also quite simple, and we will first of all discuss the algorithm that will tell you what are the basic steps that you need to follow while you are solving a linear programming problem using the iso-profit or iso-cost method, and then we will also discuss some examples based on application of this method. So first of all is the algorithm. Step 1 says formulate the given LPP in mathematical form if it is not given so. So again you have to formulate the LPP in mathematical form, that is by but obvious that is the first step. Then second step is obtain the region in xy plane containing all points that simultaneously satisfy all constraints, including non-negativity restrictions. The polygonal region so obtained is the convex set of all feasible solutions of the given LPP, and it is also known as the feasible region. So then next step is that you have to obtain the region in the xy plane containing all points that simultaneously satisfy all constraints, including the non-negativity restrictions. And the polygonal region so obtained is the convex set of all feasible solution of the given LPP, and that is called the feasible region. Next is determine the coordinates of the vertices of the feasible region. Again you have to figure out the corner points of the feasible region that you have obtained in the previous step. Then give some convenient value to z and draw the line so obtained in the xy plane. Once you have obtained the feasible region and you have figured out the extreme point, corner points of the feasible region, now just give an appropriate value, convenient value to z, that is the objective function, and draw the line so obtained in xy plane. Next is if the objective function is of maximization type, then you are supposed to draw lines parallel to the line that you have drawn of the objective function, and obtain a line which is farthest from the origin and has at least one point common to the feasible region. And if the objective function is of minimization type, then we have to draw the lines parallel to the line in step 4 that we have obtained, and obtain a line which is nearest to the origin and has at least one point common to the feasible region. That means first of all you will give a convenient value to your objective function z, and then you will draw that particular line in the xy plane. Next you have to, in case of maximization, you have to draw lines parallel to the line that we have drawn of the objective function and obtain the line farthest from the origin, that is in case of maximization, right? So then obtain the line farthest from origin, but that line should have at least one point common to the feasible region. And similarly in case of minimization, you have to draw lines parallel to that of the parallel to the line drawn in step 4, but you have to obtain the line nearest to the origin, and again it should also have at least one point common to the feasible region. And lastly, find the coordinates of the common points obtained in step 5. The points obtained determine the optimal solutions, and the value of objective function at these points give you the optimal solution. We will discuss examples based on application of this method, and I am sure you will be able to understand it. The first example is consider the following LPP. Maximize z is equal to 10x plus 6y subject to 3x plus y is less than equal to 12, 2x plus 5y is less than equal to 34, and x and y are greater than equal to 0. So again, as we have discussed in the corner point method, here also first of all you will draw the graph. So for that mathematical formulation is not required, it is already in that form. Second step was just convert these inequalities into equations. So I write it down as 2x plus 5y is 34, and then we have to draw these lines. So for that what I do is put your x as 0, I get 12, then put your y as 0 and you get 4. Similarly in this, put your x as 0 and you get 34 by 5, then put your y as 0 and you get 17, right? So these are the points that we obtain. Now we'll draw the graph. Again this is my x-axis, this is my y-axis, this is my x-axis, this is my y-axis, and this is my origin. So I need to draw 0, 12 and 4, 0. I take this point at 4, 0, and this is my suppose 0, 12. You have to join these 2 points. So this is the line that I obtain. This is my first line, this is 0, 12, right? And this is my line 3x plus y equal to 12. Next I need to draw is 0, 34 by 5 and 17, 0. So I take this as 17, 0, and this is my 0, 34 by 5. Join these two, make it 17, 0. Just try to be a bit accurate in your graphs, right? Now once you have drawn these 2 lines, you have to find out the shaded portion. For that, again put 0, 0, replace x and y coordinates by 0, and I get 0 is less than equal to 12. In this I get 0 is less than equal to 34. Both are valid statements, and therefore the region would be the region containing the origin. So in this case we have this area, this entire area, in this case we have this area, and therefore the ultimate shaded region is, the region that we get is this region. This is the common portion, right? So this is the region that I am getting, this is the shaded region. Now what next we'll be doing is, in isoprofit or isocost method, in this method now you have to give a convenient value to z, right? So my z is 10x plus 6y, right? My z is 10x plus 6y, and this is going to give any point on this line, that is z equal to 10x plus 6y, will give the same value of z, and this is known as isoprofit line also, right? So in other words what I can say is, if I substitute different values of z, I am going to get a parallel family of lines. I am going to get different lines, but this family of lines is going to be parallel to each other, and but the slope would be same, that is slope would be minus of 10 by 6, that is minus 5 by 2, right? So what you are supposed to do is, you can assume you can give any convenient value to z, z1 equal to 10x plus 6y, I can draw this line, right? And so in this case what we are going to do is, in isoprofit method, I am going to find out, this is maximization problem, so I will try to find out a maximum value of z, and such line which is farthest from the origin, because it is of maximization type, and that line should contain at least one point of this region, right? So what we will do is, similarly if it would have been of minimization type, then we would have tried to find out the minimum value of z, and you would like to search for a line which is nearest to the origin and has at least one point common to this region, right? So now we will draw, suppose clearly 10x plus 6y equal to z1. If I say, I will draw a line, you can see from this graph, this is the accurate graph. So first of all what we will do is, we will try to draw a line. This is the shaded portion that we had obtained. Now I try to draw a line 10x plus 6y equal to z1 for any value of z, suppose z1, I get this line, right? You can see this line, we have shown it in dotted form. So this is the line that I have. Now this line we can clearly see that it is not farthest from origin. Now I can write, and if I draw another line 10x plus 6y equal to z2, this line is going to be parallel to this line, and this line has got this point in common to the feasible region, and it is farthest from the origin. If I take any other line parallel to this line further, if I go further, I cannot find a line which has at least one point common to the feasible region, and therefore this is the required line. Now thus we see that Z2 is the maximum value of Z and feasible solution which gives the value, which gives this value of Z is the corner P26 of the shaded region, right? In fact, you can give any numerical value also to instead of Z1 and Z2, you can give any value to, suppose 60 equal to 10x plus 6y. I can draw this line, and if I give another value to Z, I will get a line parallel to this line, but I need to move farther, I need to find out the line farthest from the origin, right? So this is the corner this of the shaded region, and therefore the optimal solution is x equal to 2, y equal to 6 and z equal to 10x plus 6y. So 10 into 2 plus 6 into 6, that is 20, plus 36, that becomes 56 optimal value, right? So again, if we check out what we have done, we again started with similarly as we had done in corner point method. You have to convert your inequalities into equalities into equations, draw the graph, find out the shaded portion, find out the corner points, then give a convenient value to your objective function z, draw that particular line. If the problem is of maximization type, try to move farthest from the origin, and you have to find out the line which is farthest from the origin and has at least one point common to the shaded portion feasible region. And so we draw first to z1 can be any particular value, then if we take another value, it will move further, and we have obtained that z2 is this line is representing the line farthest from the origin which has at least one point common to the feasible region. And this value you can easily find out. Corner point we have already discussed. The point of intersection of these two lines is P. So you can solve out these two equations to find the coordinates of P, and therefore the optimal solution is given by this. Second example that we have is solve the following linear programming problem graphically. Maximize z equal to 50x plus 15y subject to 5x plus y is less than equal to 100, x plus y is less than equal to 60 and x and y are greater than equal to 0. So here again convert them into equations. 5x plus y equal to 100, then we have x plus y is 60, and first of all we have converted into equation. Now next step is to draw these graphs, and therefore for this line I have x is 0, so y becomes 100. If I take y to be 0, I get 20. For this line, x is 0, y is 60, y is 0, x is 60, right? So now we draw this graph. This is my x axis, this is my y axis, and this is 0, right? So now first of all draw these lines. We have 0, 100, and so we have 0, 100. Suppose this is 0, 100 and 0, 100 and 20, 0. So this is my 20, 0. Just join these 2 points. This gives you the first line, right? and then we have 0, 60 and 60, 0. So suppose this is my 60, 0 and this is my 0, 60. So I'll draw these, join these 2 points. This gives the second line, right? Now again, to find out the shaded portion, 0 is less than equal to 100, putting x and y equal to 0. In this case, 0 is less than equal to 60. Both the inequalities are true, valid statements. Therefore, the shaded region would be containing the origin. So for this line, we have this portion, right? And for this line, we'll have this portion. So the common region becomes this region, right? This is the common region that we get. So the accurate graph is this. Now we have obtained the common region, shaded portion, as the feasible region. Now our point is, now the value of z was 50x plus 15y. So first of all, the coordinates, you can find out the corner points of the feasible region. We know O, coordinates of O we know. Then we have A1 and that was 20, 0, we knew it. Then we have P, you'll have to find out, and then I have B2 and that also we know, right, 0, 60. So these are the 4 corner points of the feasible region. P you can find out as the point of intersection of these 2 lines, and that will come out to be 10, 50. Now value of z is 50x plus 15y. I can give any convenient value to z. Suppose I give z to be 300. So I have 300 equal to 50x plus 15y. This is basically 2 times LCM of 50 and 15. I can give any convenient value to z. I have just chosen 2 times LCM of 50 and 15, and that is 300. So now you will be drawing this line on the graph, and that is represented by P1. It meets the axis at P1, 60. This is my line, first line, 300 equal to 50x plus 15y, right? I have just drawn P1, Q1, that meets the axis. You can check it out here. If I put here x equal to 0, then I get 20, and if I put y equal to 0, I get it as 6. So the points at which it meets the x and y axis is 6, 0 and 0, 20. Just draw that line, join these 2 points, and we have this line. Now you have to draw lines parallel to this line, and we have to obtain the line farthest from origin, which has at least 1 point common to the shaded region, to the feasible region, because this problem is of maximization type, right? So once you have obtained this line, now we will try to move this line parallel to it in increasing order. So once we move this line in the increasing direction, that is away from origin, we obtain the lines P2, Q2, and then we will get, once I get P2, Q2, I can see that this is also not the line farthest from origin, and therefore this is not a required line. We will again have to move further, and we get a line of the form P3, Q3, which has this point common to the feasible region. Now we can see P3, Q3 is the line which is farthest from origin, and it has at least 1 point common to the feasible region, and therefore this is going to give us the optimal solution. So I can write it here that, so P3, Q3, in fact I will change the color so that you don't get confused. So P3, Q3 is the line farthest from origin which has vertex P, that is 10, 50, you can find it out, which has the vertex which passes, you can say, which passes through vertex P. Which passes through vertex P, that is the coordinates of vertex P are 10, 50 of convex polygon, right? So this is a line that passes through the vertex P and is farthest from the origin. Convex polygon also you can write down if you want O, A1, P, B2, right? Hence, this just gives you that x equal to 10, y equal to 50 give the maximum value of z, and therefore the maximum z is given by z was 50x plus 15y, so it is 50 into 10 plus 15 into 50, that becomes 500 plus 750, that is 1250, and hence our answer is 1250. So see, this method requires good amount of practice because you'll need to save your time in exams like IIT JEE and other competitive exams. So the method is simple, but yes, with a bit of practice you can develop a very good speed. You'll be able to get the value, you'll be able to guess the values of z very easily, and you'll be able to draw the graphs very easily. So just solve out a very good number of questions based on this method as well as the corner point method. So I hope you must have understood the iso-profit, iso-cost method. Just practice a very good number of questions based on it in order to develop a very good speed. Now in the next section our focus would be on different types of LPP. In fact, we have already discussed the mathematical formulation. Now we'll see how to solve the different types of LPP, that is the product line problems, optimal product line problems, diet problems, and finally the transportation problems. So stay tuned.